G'day, Wombat here. Are you looking for a new guitar, but you just can't afford it? Are you a beginner wanting to get into playing guitar, but you don't have the budget for that? Or are you looking for your dream guitar, but it's way expensive? Then you've come to the right place. This is Past Glory. Today's Past Glory is about dream guitar. So this is a 2011 Gibson Les Paul Traditional. And this is my Gibson Les Paul Traditional. I own this one, and it is one of my absolute dream guitars. So if you've been following the channel for some time, you'll have seen this in a few videos, ones like this. Or maybe something like this. So as I said, this is my guitar and it's one of my dream guitars. It is a 2011 Les Paul Traditional, and it is quite a bit different to the way Gibson are producing Les Paul Traditionals and Les Paul Standards now, but it's still a really, really beautiful looking guitar. So I bought this one from my local music store here in town, Variety Music. They had this one sitting on the shelf for some time, and I was actually there when a few people played it, and then ordered a different color. The color itself is, I believe Gibson called it Light Burst, and as you can see, it is quite light. The color change in it is quite light. So let's have a look at the guitar and see what it's about. So it is a mahogany body with a AAA flame maple top. Now isn't that top just stunning in this Light Burst? The mahogany, as you can see too, if the camera will pick that up, is just a gorgeous piece of mahogany with that lovely red tint that Gibson tend to use. It is just stunning. Absolutely stunning guitar. So you can see why it caught my attention, right? The neck is mahogany, which is fairly traditional for a Les Paul. It is a very chunky style of neck, so I believe it's a 50s type of neck. Very chunky in the hand, and it is topped with Clusen vintage tuners. So we have those on there. We have the traditional Les Paul headstock, of course, with the abalone inlaid Gibson on the headstock, as opposed to the screen printed one that you get with a lot of Les Pauls. Rosewood fingerboard, of course, and the pickups themselves are 57 classics. We have a 57 classic in the neck and a 57 classic plus in the bridge. So that's pretty much the specs of the guitar. These ones are interesting because the weight relief is kind of different to the way we find a lot of weight relief in Les Pauls today. The 2011 was done pretty much like a late 80s Les Paul Standard was done. So that's kind of sort of what it represents. The weight relief itself was 9 holes that they literally just drilled into the mahogany to take out some of the material, and then they put the maple cap over the top of that. The end result was it didn't relieve all that much weight, so there's still quite a bit of timbre in this one, unlike the more modern weight relief and chambering that Gibson are doing now. This is still a really heavy guitar. So the weight relief is quite a bit different. It is, as I said, a little bit different to the traditionals that they're producing right now, but these guitars are, you know, really, really good. I don't know why they don't make them like this now. So why would you buy something like this? You know, surely a Les Paul is expensive, and you're right, it is. This particular guitar retailed for about $4,000 brand new in 2011. That's Australian dollars, of course. These days, if you look on the second-hand market, you can pick one up for between $2,000 and $2,500. Now that is half price, and it's not that old. And there's still plenty out there in really good condition. Now, just like every other Les Paul, it is a nitrocellulose lacquer, so as it ages, it's quite a soft lacquer. Unlike the polyurethane lacquers on most modern guitars, it is quite a soft lacquer, so will crack and craze over time, which for me personally, being a Les Paul guy, I like that look in the aging process. It hasn't started to happen yet, but it will. So how does it play? Well, quite frankly, this is absolutely, without a doubt, the best guitar I have ever played. It is amazing. So I said that I got this from Variety, and as I said, people came in, tried it, and then ordered a different color because the light burst wasn't so popular. Everybody wanted the cherry burst or the tobacco burst kind of colors. But this guitar was quite simply the best playing and sounding Les Paul traditional that the shop got in, and I just fell in love with it. So after it had been sitting there for quite some time and lots of people played it and nobody bought it, the guys at Variety Music made me a deal I couldn't refuse, and I took it home. And I just love it. It is fantastic and gorgeous. So it looks like a regular Les Paul. It sounds like a regular Les Paul. The interesting thing with this particular guitar, as I said, the pickups are 57 Classics. Now you would expect that to be somewhere in a vicinity of like a PAF style pickup. But the trick is that the 57 Classics are one of the hottest pickups that Gibson make. So this thing rocks pretty hard. It does clean up nicely, it will play blues, it's gorgeous clean, particularly in the middle setting, but it really rocks pretty hard as well, particularly the bridge pickup, the 57 Plus, is fantastic. So it has great tone, pushes amps really, really nicely, but will clean up and play beautifully as well. So it's a dream guitar, absolute dream guitar that if you look at the second-hand market, you can get for roughly half of its original price now. And that is a bargain if you've got $2,000 to $2,500 to spend and can't stretch that to a brand new Les Paul. This may be something worth taking a look at. And as you can see, it's beautiful. All right, so that's it for the 2011 Gibson Les Paul Traditional. I won't be parting with this anytime soon, let me tell you. I play it all the time. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, rock on, guys.